Thousands of Winnipeggers used their democratic voices to stop a bylaw that would have restricted certain forms of protest in the city. Many shared their opposition through letters to City Hall, while on Tuesday more than 100 spoke as delegates in front of the Executive Policy Committee. City Councillor Evan Duncan put the bylaw forward last year, but says it is shelved for now due to public feedback.
As we heard from several groups today, too broad, okay? That's a great point that the community is making here. My bad for not doing the extensive community consultation that is needed in this case. But I'm still supportive of safe spaces within the city of Winnipeg.
The proposed bylaw would have restricted what it called nuisance demonstrations within 100 meters of designated facilities. Protests that obstruct pedestrians or vehicles without a permit, ones that used items like megaphones without a permit, and protests objecting ideas, actions, or specified characteristics of certain people or groups. Those in opposition feared the bylaw was too vague, could be used inappropriately, and would infringe on charter rights.
The public doesn't seem to care or aware of the violence towards us Indigenous women until we make it loud. With our drumming, our megaphone, making it inconvenient for people to get home.
Delegate Viv Ketchum was worried how any future bylaws like this could impact Indigenous-led protests. She wore a ribbon skirt, medicine pouch, and a red handprint on her face representing silence and violence against Indigenous women. She says these are all symbols of resistance.
I don't want my Indigenous voice silenced. I spent my early years with my voice silenced by the church and the federal government. I have found my voice. I'll still be out there protesting, alone or with my brothers and sisters.
Delegate Kaki K. Thundersky says bylaws like this would further criminalize movements that Indigenous people have relied on for securing their rights.
It's been a way that our people have survived these policies that continue to attack us, is resistance. And they shouldn't have a say in that. They shouldn't have a say in us standing up for injustices on our own lands, on our own territories. Because if we didn't stand up, we wouldn't have survived. We wouldn't have had the rights we have now. We wouldn't have had the access, and our cultures and our ceremonies wouldn't have survived either without resistance.
Duncan says he wasn't surprised by the unusually large turnout of delegates considering the issue, and says it's a great sign of democracy working.
It's important that those folks are heard. Doesn't mean that they're going to change or impact the decision of council. Ultimately, council is supreme and they'll make a decision.
Mayor Scott Gillingham says he supports the decision to shelve the bylaw. He says the federal government's proposed Bill C-9 will cover lots of the issues the bylaw mentioned, and he doesn't think it will be necessary to look at it again.
I don't see this bill going back to the drawing board.
APTN News asked specifically about threats to Indigenous protesting rights in Winnipeg.
Do you think Indigenous people should have any restrictions regarding protesting or demonstrations?
Well, I think that all people in Canada should be subject to the same set of rules and laws that would govern and do govern our society.
Winnipeg has had several landmark protests in its history, including the Red River Resistance, the 1919 General Strike, and the Search the Landfill movement. Sav Jonesa, APTN National News, Winnipeg.